Welcome back to DreamLeague Season 7, live from the DreamHack Monster Energy Studios, brought to you by Monster Energy as well. And that was game number 1. Team Secret takes it very convincingly. I thought Mousesports could get their team fight together or something like that at some point. And even, we talked about it, high ground defense. Ooh, high ground defense, you know, that's a tricky point these days.
Not this time. Well, yeah, I mean, the Huts are going to have a lot more smarter things to say than me, but I will put in my 1 cent.
All right.
Is that Dota games are not hard to predict who's going to win because you just have to think about who has to do the least amount to ensure victory. Mousesports had a lot of things that they had to worry about. Dazzle, pretty much worthless unless Axe was dead. Pushing the high ground, super difficult to do. All Secret had to do was play their heroes as they were specifically designed, and they won that game. And as you saw, they won it. Now say something smart.
Is it that simple?
Slack's channeling a little bit of Sun Tzu. Now, I have seen everything. I think that's actually completely right. The biggest thing was when former Advenom, now Mouse, was really playing well, they were consistently getting huge plays out of their supports. And if you look at the 2 support picks in this game, both of them were severely limited by the draft. You've got Dazzle against the Axe and against cores on the other side that don't mind last sitting under tower. That's the other benefit of a Dazzle besides Grave, is you get a support that can shove the lane early. Clinks doesn't care. He can last sit under tower just fine, right? And then you've got Phoenix, and as they mentioned at the very start of the game, you really had no, we didn't mention this during the draft, but they really had no disables to protect the egg. They had RP and that's it. And you saw the one fight in the Radiant base where they got a good RP off and they got a decent egg off. Clink still killed it. They won that fight. But throughout the rest of the game, there was just only so much that the Mouse supports could do to impact the game.
Now, to believe that fight that you're mentioning right there is the fight that we got on the drawing board.
Oh.
So let's take a look. All right. What do we got?
Oh, sorry. That was me.
Oh, no, this is the 11-minute fight down by the Radiant Tier 1 tower. And this is...
Oh, yeah, this was actually... No, this Axe is going to have a fancy time here. Good point.
All right, so you're going to see the boys get in position under the tower, what we like to call the death zone. If you're ever hiding behind the Tier 1,
Keep an eye on that man, the Kazu man. He gets RP'd.
Yep.
Beautiful.
I don't think he gives a hoot, though.
I got to figure this out.
And then, oh, yes.
Hawk jab.
Oh, my.
The death zone in here.
No, you can see they have, it really is all about team fight zoning. You see the fight starts with Clinks being able to threaten the tower there, and the Mouse supports really have nothing to just prevent.
Can we slow this down a little bit?
Slow it down, slow.
Really, the fight starts from here with Clinks being able to threaten the tower, okay?
Yes.
Right.
And because the 2 defensive supports are so limited, ordinarily when you have 2 strong defensive supports, you're able to mount a defense behind TPs coming in here to the lower right of the tower, but because the 2 defensive supports were so limited, they have nothing to prevent Axe just from going down here and just he calls the Juggernaut practically to start, I'm sorry, he chops the Juggernaut practically to start the fight and is able to just move completely freely throughout the fight, chase down the Dazzle here. It's just too much.
in the middle of his double kill.
Yep.
Boom!
Bang! And at the tail end of this fight, you see Dazzle actually tries to come back and push the top lane and gives up a solo kill to the Ember Spirit on the back right after the triple kill to the Axe
And
here.
damn!
Boom!
That's number 3.
Yeah, it's just too much. I mean, you have to have the ability with your support play to control areas during team fights, and Secret was able to move just completely freely.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, there was the win. I really don't like using that word.
Oh, say it.
I'm gonna say it. Win condition.
Dun 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 dun.
It's a horrible word because there's never only one, right? In case of Mousesports, I feel like that there was only they had to have multiple team fights that went well for them, where they had everything working perfectly, and it just never happened. Not even once. The RP has to be there at the same time as the egg that is there, where they can do all the damage, the Omnislash preferably as well, with the empowered Juggernaut at the same time so that everybody dies. It just never happened.
Well, and the other thing that we haven't talked about that we really should hit on is, again, the lanes. The Clinks pick at the very end, saving them from the rather unfavorable Ember versus Ursa mid matchup, which is something they've been picking Ember Spirit for mid one quite early in the draft as of late, and the ability to move. This is something that MVP Phoenix or MVP used to do. Both the MVP teams used to do is they used to switch off their safe laner versus their mid laner very, very freely depending on hero matchups. It's not something that Secret has done as much, but I thought it really affected the game there. You saw early on in the game that the Dazzle kind of had to go mid to try and help the Ursa.
Yeah, right.
And just never really had an impact on the game.
A classic stunner, I think, could have gone a lot further than that Dazzle. I think we're bringing it all back to that. It's all your fault, Dazzle. We're not trying to cherry coat it for you.
So Slax's other hated hero is the one that we're okay.
Sorry,
nice.
sorry. I like winning games.
I don't know. At that point, at that point they also already had the Phoenix, so in a way you already have a saving support. And going for 2 fairly passive supports doesn't fit their style anyway.
Yeah.
They like to be the active ones. We know MNT is the one that picks Ricky or Bounty Hunter for himself and then just kills all the couriers.
But they were banned out though. They banned their beautiful Ricky.
True.
That's why though. That's why you see a lot of teams very careful about where they draft their supports. Right. A given support can be very aggressive or very passive depending on the 5-hero lineup that he's facing. And that was just both of those players. Right. When you're talking about maybe next time, he has the ability to control a game on the Phoenix, but you got to have the right lineup around him, and once Clinks is online in that match, which, again, don't get me started on Solar Crest, but once Clinks is online in that match, which happened ridiculously early because of the lanes, you have to have something to control that Clinks or the egg is just dead. And all they had was RP.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Not a lot. So game 2, something needs to change for Mousesports. Now, you said earlier that they picked themselves a lineup that they just needed to do a lot on.
Yep.
So how are they going to prevent that?
Pick heroes that are designed that you just play them. Let's see a Drow. Let's see a Viper. Let's see some... Just do your stuff. Shadowfeed, my favorite example of a hero that just goes out there and does his stuff. Nothing fancy. Hit, creep, get damage, kill man. That's it.
All right.
Simple, easy. Rely on your good players because they do got them.
Wow. Dota sounds very simple the way you're explaining
I mean,
it.
when you're Slacks, Dota's easy, man.
Yeah.
When you're a 5K player, Dota's easy. When you're sitting down there in the trenches.
Yeah.
No, I think it really to me, again, going back to the Boston Major, I thought maybe next time was the highest impact player in that tournament. I thought the pressure that he was able to bring in multiple lanes from very early on in the game, I think Mouse really need to protect their support picks. I would like to see them open an off laner and an either or core, but that's where Thug's rather limited hero pool, it makes it hard to have deception early on in the draft. I thought the fact that they felt comfortable running in Ursa mid, it didn't work out, but that was very encouraging because they really do need to branch out in that role.
All right, well, let's see how they open their draft because the draft has begun, and for that, we go into the war room.
Oh!
What up, fools? It's been banned.
We're touching heroes.
Damn it.
Wait, gotta be kidding. Io, right? You gotta grab this one.
Oh, we gotta grab a hero.
Is it gonna be, here we go.
Here we go.
The Wisp, the Io hero right here. It's gonna get picked right now. 3,
3,
2, 1.
1.
1.
2,
1.
3.
1.
They're gonna pick it. They're gonna pick it. Look, right here. Right here.
They're gonna first pick Dazzle.
No, they're not.
Oh my God.
Right here.
Come on. Maybe they need a little bit of encouragement.
They're gonna pick it.
They're gonna first pick Magnus.
No, they're gonna pick Wisp.
I'm taking the Magnus.
Legion Commander.
Oh, Legion Commander.
Put away that
Now Secret's gonna pick it.
Are they gonna? Okay.
No, fuck, don't double down,
I'll get a
dude.
Legion.
I'm doubling down.
No.
I'm doubling down.
Where's the
Secret's
Legion?
picking Wisp.
Although,
You're making a mistake.
I'm doubling down.
Okay.
there's Legion.
A minus 50
yeah,
MMR coming
I think
out
he's
for
probably
my
right
boy.
there. You can't let him have
10
LC
seconds
West, man. That's crazy.
Here we go. Be gentle.
5
There you
seconds
go.
remaining.
Legion Commander doesn't...
LC, one of the two, probably statistically best heroes in the patch along with CM. Up there at a 55% win rate, despite being in the top 15 most protected.
Stop!
You guys are
What is
so
that?
crazy.
I want to pixel
Just for
everyone.
the poorly sighted viewers at home. There you go.
There you go. That's
Oh.
great.
Yeah, it's giving me nearsightedness just watching it.
Thank you.
Secret's taking their time. Maybe they don't want the Wisp.
They won.
Come on, I know they want it.
Well, Secret.
Come on, boys.
They're gonna open
I mean,
IO.
this man doubled down. Don't let
I
him
double
down.
down. Come on.
No, I do. Do you want to triple down on a combo?
On a comp.
We're going in on IO Wind Ranger.
Oh God. I don't know.
What
I
the
don't know
hell?
if I want to go with that one.
Don't go
Oh
in,
my
dude.
lord.
Don't do it. Arms are
Owen,
open.
not a blackjack player. Confirmed.
All my money.
That's not. You just double down on 16.
Just get rid of it.
no.
Just get rid
Did
of
it
it.
say
Just get rid of it.
Oh, that's a funny looking
Just
shadow
get rid of
shaman.
it.
Yeah.
Just get rid of it. Shadow Shaman's over here. Right here.
All right, we got something to talk
Some
about here.
Neotea.
I actually want to get fogged on where you see Shadow Shaman going in this meta, because I've seen a lot of teams talking about him and this being a hero that the teams might value highly, but ever since the rework, the range reduction and base damage increase, I'm not sure where this hero fits in laning wise.
He's like, I've seen a lot versus like Legion Commander and Abaddon just in laning phase.
Hey-o.
Just because they like that hard disable, just be able to grab them down and be able to bring them down in the laning phase is really important, because a lot of times you won't be. The reason that Legion Commander gets away is because he's just overwhelming odds and just pieces, because he's like 450 or 500 movement speed. Shadow Shaman gives you that one just straight up lockdown, grabs him, and you can bring him down if you have like 1 or 2 other heroes.
No, Ursa again.
This is the opening I wanted to see for Mousesports.
Man, there's no Wisp pick. What are these guys? How do they just ban it first too, and then now they don't grab it? They're just throwing me off.
No, but this is exactly what I wanted to see, because now you've definitely got your offlaner. Legion still can mid under the right circumstances, but you got an Ursa that can either safe lane or mid lane depending on the matchup, and you're really protecting your supports. And just knowing that you're going to be able to have that Legion commander go into a fight, lock down a single target, you're going to have a lot more freedom for your supports to get their abilities off.
Well, IO still gets banned, so there's that.
There's
Fuck,
the
don't
IO
It
worry.
gets banned. It gets banned at least. But I
course.
lost my double down. I'm not going to accept any pity.
Okay.
Oh, you gotta try to win it back.
Yeah.
Secrets turn
It's gonna be
to
tough.
Double downing more.
No, Sheever, that's
That's
the wrong
the
thing.
way.
That's
That's the
not
way.
good gambling practices, Sheever.
Now, here's a question for you. Do you guys think that LC gets a nerf coming up here?
Oh.
Because I actually think LC is one of the more likely heroes to
10
get a small
seconds
nerf.
remaining.
If you look at it, during Kiev, that overwhelming odds that Universe hit in the Roche pit against SG,
Dire
that was a
team
700 damage nuke. If you get all 5 enemy heroes in that, that's ridiculous to me.
That is crazy.
turn to pick.
But at the same time, it's like you're playing against it, so you kind of know. So you just have to pay attention.
So
to
you
your
don't group up as
positioning.
all 5 heroes.
Yeah,
sure.
there's other heroes that require you to split up more. I mean, you don't want to group up as 5 as if you're playing against an Enigma.
10
That's bad.
seconds
But
remaining.
I just think when you add together all the other things in that hero's
5
kit, when
seconds
you add together press the attack with the 140 attack speed in addition to the heal and the buff, the
Reserve
fact that
time.
she has that kind of burst damage potential in a team fight, it just puts her a little bit over the top for
I
me.
just think press the attack is broken. I mean, she.
It's amazing.
I know
It's
she
very
can
strong.
be like a carry. She is the carry, and then you could also remove all the stuns. That's
Dire
insane.
team
She's a carry and a support. Too much.
Yeah.
Earthshaker coming out
Oh,
for
yeah,
secret.
baby.
So previously
Is
we
that,
had
is that
TC
going to be the
Ooh.
absolute Earthshaker?
That
It's
is
like
the
TI4, right?
Oh
Earthshaker.
man, I just absolutely love seeing that.
Oh well, you didn't see the DreamLeague game we saw. Their first game.
It wasn't
Team
great.
Secret.
Oh wait, it's Yapzor playing it. Oh,
Yeah.
hey, I said 1-1, didn't I? I did say 1-1. There we go, we're good.
So
What are
Brilliant.
you guys talking about? Okay, you
You
had one bad game on the hero, and now
Hey.
you still no.
Well, we
Have
have
faith.
seen typically Secret likes to experiment first game. It seems like they've skipped
5
to
seconds
experiment in the
remaining.
second
Well,
game.
no. Just, they like to experiment when they win game 1 as well.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we
Reserve
already won
time.
one game. Even though every game is $1,000.
Indeed it is. Every
Dire
game you
team
play is
Templar as
for the
well.
money, so even
Yeah.
if you're not in the top anymore, you always have something to play
This is
for.
a much better Mouse draft. This is most likely going to be a support Clockwork, and
Yeah.
I think
we
that
got it down there.
I think that they insta-picked the Clockwork after the Earthshaker. Decent counter that hero because of the long cast animations. The Shadow Fiend Templar
10
Assassin
seconds
matchup mid lane
remaining.
is something that they can win again. At pushing out, expanding Thug's
5
hero pool a little bit
seconds
beyond
remaining.
those 5 heroes that we talked about. This is a much more even draft. Now,
Reserve time.
that said, you got to deal with a mid 1 TA, and that's a little horrifying.
At least they've got the cog trick with the Shadow Fiend, so they
Yep.
can stack up the souls at the start. And I mean, Clockwork versus the first 3 picks that Secret have is very good. He's great at isolating Shadow Shaman, great at isolating Abaddon. Same thing with Earthshaker, as you mentioned, the slow cast times.
Yep.
So I'm looking to see that Clockwork actually do
He's
a lot of work.
raising the TA.
Thank you, Owen.
Yes.
Hey, look who it is. If it isn't the old man himself, what happened to this hero? He used to be
Ooh, the
top
Coddle, I think it's
pick
going to be
material.
Coddle Legion Commander dual
Oh, you
lane,
think
right?
they're going to go together?
That's a super pressuring lane, just heavy burst, and you can always shocker up your Legion Commander. It's very devastating for like Shadow Shaman. He walks up, he just gets hit by 2 nukes, and he's pretty much dead.
How are you liking this game in terms of heroes that just do things?
They just do what they do. Mousesports got a very do-what-you-do attitude here. We got shot. The only real skill thing they got is Clockwork's hook shot. And if you're a Clockwork, you should be able to nail that. But I actually really like the Coddle for the mana leak. I love playing Coddle against lineups like this because these carry kind of heroes have such a limited mana pool, and it's just you knock them out from the entire team fight. So I think it's super cool. I'm just interested in why did Coddle fall off so much? It's a question I never got to ask smart people. I mean, he used to be top pick material just a little bit ago. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna pick Weaver into Coddle? What?
Well,
makes their safe lane much stronger.
yes.
Okay.
It really stabilizes the laning phase. Weaver is going to get that Linken's, and they don't necessarily have a bunch of single target spells to proc the Linken's ahead of Monoleak. So it's not a bad. But this is a much more even draft. I actually think Mousesports have a reasonable chance to win with this draft. I'm still gonna. I said 2-0. I'm gonna stick with that. But I think this is going to be a very close game.
How kind of you. They have a reasonable chance to win. They still won't.
No, I thought they were dead. After that game 1 draft, I just thought they were dead.
Okay.
What about you then?
I actually like Mousesports a lot. I feel like the Coddle is okay against the Weaver as long as the lane has enough defense to make sure he doesn't dive you. I feel like they could own the early game, and it's going to be pretty rough with that Earthshaker for Secret to come over. So I'm going to go with Mouse. Call me crazy, but I'm feeling the rat.
I kind of think I like Mousesports draft as well, but there is a mid-1 TA.
Oh yeah,
and he's an absolute beast, especially on the TA. So I don't feel like I can go against that. Yeah, so put me over there. Yeah.
Fine, you'll all be wrong, and I'll be right.
Wrong, and maybe Mousesports can tie the series. We're gonna find out in game 2 of the series with ODPixel and Fogged.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, game 2 now. Secret versus the beautiful Mousesports. And we are going to be able to see if YapzOr can give us the shaker performance that he needs to for Captain Papan. He didn't do it before, but he's ready and determined to try and do it this time round.
The beautiful Mousesports, huh?
They are beautiful. Have you seen them? They're a good-looking bunch of boys.
They are good-looking boys. Yeah, that's true. I like this approach already. Much more by Mouse. They have MNT on a playmaking hero. So that's always what I want to see this team doing. And I think this draft is just much more well-rounded than the last one. They actually have disables and things to actually catch stuff. That being said, though, Secret's got some heroes that they're very comfortable on, and I'm just waiting to see like what kind of lane matchups they actually go for. If they do just do safe lane Weaver, or if they put the Abaddon maybe down there to kind of thwart the aggressive lane that we do probably expect from Mouse. So here we go. We do just see of course, the cogs continuing. Shadow Fiend up to 12 Necromastery, 24 bonus damage. So he should be quite okay versus the Templar Assassin in the first few waves.
Oh, yeah. So we're going into lane with what? A good base, well, 74 damage at the moment.
Yep, still just ticking up.
Pump it up. Max out those stacks.
Now he's at 80 damage, so that should be, that should be pretty good. Like, all right, Thug, don't mess this one up.
Yeah, it's a fantastic feature there.
Okay, so they're just gonna keep the lane standard. They're gonna put MP bottom to just kind of deal with the aggressive lane that's coming out from Mouse. And I think that, they're just going to move the supports toward and play around Kezu, give him a good start. Because he's really important for their like 5-man kind of group up for a Secret. If Abaddon's really shut down, he can always catch up, but I think he's really important in this game just for them to group around him and cause plays. Do you think we're going to see MNT stick around this mid lane then? The early starts, is there just nowhere else he can really do much with the cog play? I really like when Clockworks do this versus Templar Assassins, because you just walk up if you get him. I mean, even if you hit him with a couple cops, that's great because you can burn his mana. But if you trap a TA inside of there with an SF with level 3, level 2 raises, it's super easy to bring down a Templar Assassin.
We'll see how this one goes up. At the moment, of course, Puppy there as well on the Shaman to give mid-1 a little bit of backup. MNT on the tanky old Clockwork doing what he can to harass them. We'll see how this is leaving the side lanes. Obviously, again, these cogs.
A lot of harassment damage.
It really is causing issues for mid-1. Yeah, certainly bring him down low. He's still got a salve to rely on. And Puppy still is hiding that.
So top lane, I was wondering if YapzOr is actually going to do the pull that we did see from LeBron from Elements. Actually, we do see it go on to the Clockwork, but no, nothing to follow up. But yeah, I thought maybe he would try to go for those like fissure blocks into the pulling the side camp as the Earthshaker, but he went to stack it once and he actually missed the stack. I think maybe that's what he was wanting to do, but now they just double up the wave and they're trying to put some pressure on Madara.
I see. Fissure again, yeah. As you mentioned.
Pull side here.
Trying to keep his CS down. We'll see what he can get into underneath the tower. Still has the salve, yeah. Pops the salve. Keeps himself topped up. Puppey has moved up here as well now, so it's a pick up the bounty, and we'll see if he does want to head up top. We'll have hit the level 2 with that bounty rune, and can certainly start to look to make some plays onto the safe lane of Mousesports. MNT as well, picking up his level 2, and may look towards the bottom lane, where at the moment Skylark 11 for 3, MP 3 for 1. This bottom lane going very nicely for Mouse.
Yeah, he has to watch him. I mean, every time he walks up, he can just get hit by double nukes, so he has to be a bit careful with that top lane. They do get the go onto Madara. They've got the stun, they've got the shackles. The shield is going to pop soon. Puppey, though, getting some damage down on him.
Yeah, Madara's returning a fair bit. He will indeed end up going down as Puppey turns around with the shot. Blasts him out. First blood for Puppey in the secret. In the mid lane, Thug. 9 CS against the 7 for 1. So despite that early pressure being put on by the Clockwork, and of course the use of the cogs to get those souls up, the T8 mid 1 is still keeping up in the middle matchup.
Man, they're really focusing so much on him, though. At least MNT is. They put down a sentry ward. They de-ward the lane ward that mid 1 did have to kind of protect himself from those Clockwork rotations, and he's just going to keep playing around here. Make mid 1's life miserable seems like a pretty good approach to me to hurt Secret.
Yeah, mid 1 of course will have Ancients and such to resort to on the way out if the stacks start to be made, but I believe already we've got Vision What, the Observer Ward's out for Mousesports by the Ancients on the right. And MNT, of course, making the movement up towards top. Has to be careful, and we'll just drop down a ward and imagine nothing more, as, yeah, you do not want to head up top at the moment on your own. Still, 3 members of Secret keeping the pressure onto that Ursa.
Very close to MP actually dying bottom lane, getting hit by an LC nuke and a Cauda Blast. They were trying to go aggressive onto Spartan, but...
Oh, no! MP! Oh! He just ran into an Illuminate. I mean, it's unfortunate, as you said, they've really been putting the pressure on, and I guess it was inevitable that... Oh, Puppey as well, also falling low. It's got to hurt. They may punish, though. Skylark actually came in front of overwhelming odds. He's incredibly low. And they're both in potential trouble here. Does MP want to dive this? I mean, they're going to head towards the shrine, and it looks like that's going to be enough to put him off for going for more. So Mouse will actually survive at the end of the day. But yeah, you've got to be so careful. You've just got so little HP to play with on that Weaver. And those nukes at this stage of the game really do hurt.
This is already pretty scary for Secret. All 3 lanes going quite handedly.
Yeah, much better start here in this second game.
Yeah, and I think it's super important for this like Rasta Earthshaker to actually do kind of duo movements. We used to see this combo a lot back in TI4. We used to see like Rasta Earthshaker actually almost every single game in that era. And the reason that it was so powerful was because of the dual roaming potential. You just fissure somebody, and then the Rasta can get in range and get the shackles off. But they're kind of splitting up the lanes here, and it's actually hurting Secret a lot.
Look at this position from MNT as well. We'll go getting behind the trees. He can run in and trap this TA if mid 1 comes too close.
Yeah, Puppey is invisible here, though, so they're going to shrine up and maybe try to make their own type of move. I want to see the 2 supports, though, for Secret definitely moving together now.
Yeah, and then they will see this, of course, with that. Well, Mousesports know that at least 2 of them hanging around, so that may be enough to indicate to SF to play safe. I don't think having that invis is going to make much difference with the fact that he's already going to be scared. Indeed, top. Kezu going to try and hit his way out. There we have the Fury swipes coming through. Not going to be quite enough, as Kezu will be able to get himself back under the cover of the tower. Still looking towards the mid lane. They do actually have that sentry out as well, so if Puppey comes round, you may catch him. He's coming in from the right angle, though, Puppey. Opposite side of the sentry wall, but the invis is gone.
And they have an opposite ward there, so they do see that rotation coming in.
They really needed to make that work as well, because Thug is continuing to have a very good time in this middle lane.
Yeah, all 3 lanes farming super well. MP's recovering a little bit on some last hits. He picked up a raindrop, so he can't get bursted down so heavily from the 2 nukes from the Coddle and the Legion Commander, but still, he's constantly under threat under his tower of just getting hit by heavy burst.
He may have the drops, but he is out of regen.
Yeah.
So even if they do make the connection, a couple of them at the same time, it's only going to protect you against half of the potential that this duo has. I mean, and this is as you said this as soon as it came out in the draft. This combination of Legion Kotl it's a very strong offlane that I feel we don't really see that much.
I mean, Kotl kind of fell off for some reason. I think we saw a couple games of it at Kiev, but overall the hero just wasn't being picked as much as I thought it was going to be picked. I still think he has his strengths.
Yeah.
He's a super good defender of high ground, which, I mean, is stalling games as well, which is super beneficial to your team. Here we go, Secret making another rotation. They use a smoke to try to catch out Skylark here, but they are spotted.
Skylark already on his way back out. And Puppey, again, trying to find success with these rotations, but other than the kill top, yet to really find a good angle to come in. And as we can see, still on that overall net worth between the three cores on either side, it really is looking that Mousesports, they've just had the lanes figured out. They've had the stronger performance here in these early 7 minutes. And Secret, we'll see what their answer is going to be to it. I mean, how do you deal with the fact that you've got 3 cores that are looking to be exactly where they want to be? Who do you target? Where's the weak point on Mouse?
I think it's like you have to make an adjustment here at this point with Secret. It's like either you do the duo roaming for support for the 2 supports, which is not really working because now they're falling behind in levels, or you just kind of stack. Make sure you get the stacks up for your Templar Assassin so he has that catch-up mechanic, because now at this point you're falling a bit too far behind.
Look at this as well. Maybe next time could play with this. Kezu incredibly low. The cogs blocking him up.
He's actually trapped there.
He's trying to bite his way out. MNT tried to make the read of which way Kezu would head. Doesn't grab him, so doesn't get the kill, but Kezu, of course, will be forced back.
Nice aggressive ward. Always scouting Kezu's movement.
Causing a lot of issues here. Back down on the bottom, Skylark. Very close to hitting the level 6. And at that point, MP has to be even more careful. If they get a good wrap around from the trees, kill potential could be there. Puppey still hanging around in the neighborhood. Again, looking to set up the blast. Another... Ooh, they actually juked out this time. They'll drop the sentry. They are looking to try and get the lockdown here. They have the duel. MP could be in a lot of trouble. Second Shikuchi out. And it should be enough to get him just far enough out of range. But he has to be so careful now. With sentries down, Skylark with the duel available. Yapzor is there. They're going to look to try and punish this perhaps. They'll look for a Fisher block. Is it going to be there? Skylark's on the final side.
He's super tanky too. Their damage is too minimal. I like the Mouse is also they're also adjusting a lot in this game. They're like, okay, the only way that the only way that MP gets like good farm under the tower and stuff is if he can see us, obviously. So they put down 2 sentries. They actually take out the lane ward that Secret did have, so they can just keep throwing the nukes on him, and it's out of vision.
It's so hard for MP to get farm in this lane. You just see now how scared he is. Had to pick up the bottle. Has the stick charges, certainly will help him a little bit, but only down to 2 stick charges, empty bottle. So regen, again, is not there. It's got the time-lapse, of course, to rely on if a especially nasty burst of damage comes through. But it is a tough, tough lane for MP.
So, yep, Thug goes to the jungle, trying to maximize experience for his teammates, trying to give MNT his 6 in mid lane. Does give a little bit of room for Midwin to farm the mid wave and then go do his stacks that he does have coming out. So that is the adjustment. Secret is recognizing that, you know. Puppey's like, I need my level, so he's just chain pulling, and then Yapzor is trying to help Midwin with some stacks and just kind of protecting him in the area. So you can recognize they're like, okay, our early game obviously went kind of to crap, so now we need to fix it.
And of course, Madara this game plays more with Mask on par to hit the blink at a relatively good timing in the river. Nibwon will deny the rune, make sure that MNT doesn't at least benefit from it. But yeah, as you mentioned with the actually bottom lane, Puppey, he's just going to get straight up dueled. And he is not in a good situation to fight that. As he'll be taken down, Skylark gets the duel win. Now looking for the retreat. MP is going to move forward. Nice blinding light, and that's going to stop MP getting any further right clicks through. He'll look for another Shikuchi. Skylark phases back, and he's going to be fine back into the tower. MP manning up against the Keeper of the Light with the Fisher. They'll get it. MP does take an overwhelming odds to the head. I'll fall down low. Has 9 stick charges built up and will get himself out of there. So they lose the Keeper of the Light, but Skylark gets a kill and does get that extra bonus damage secured. And 1700 towards his own Blink Dagger. This is going to be a very quick blink for the Legion.
Yeah, he went for the 3-2 build, so he's going to just trying to get more sustain. He already feels like his nuke and the Kotl nuke's enough, not having to be maxed out. But yeah, Thug just continuing to maximize. I'm curious what build he's going for. He is going to be going for that Shadow Blade build.
I like that as well.
Yeah.
I mean, again, the Shadow Blade in a game where you're winning the lanes and already supports are kind of being starved. Yep. Now it's as long as you don't feed, you're going to keep your kind of overall net worth of the team ahead because of the consumables that Secret's going to have to purchase to deal with it.
Yeah, and he can go for like some really clean, easy like solo kills. Like he sees a Rasta alone, 1-2 hit, 1 raise dead. Earthshaker kind of same story. These heroes are not very tanky, especially when you're fighting a level 12 Shadow Fiend with the Shadow Blade, which he's going to have very shortly. Bottom getting pressured by Mouse now. The tower too. Skylark about to have that Blink Dagger finished up.
I'm going to TP in and try and make a bit of a play. Fisher block first. Skylark still gets his way out of there. They'll bring him down low. MP going to look to chase this one down. Spartan, again with the Blinding Light, knocking MP back and has called in Madara. So MP won't be able to stick around for the kill. The Blink Dagger's there. So now with the Blink on Legion and the presence of the Ursa, definite kill potential. Shadow Blade is finished by Thug. He'll continue to hang around mid. But if they get a Blink duel, very likely to be a dead hero. They're going to come hunting. Yapzor spotted out by the Observer, and there we have. Jumped straight forward with the duel. Do they have the damage to bring him down during it? It doesn't look like they do, but they will still get the kill before he gets any spells out. The block comes out, though, with the Serpent Wards. Puppey does find a kill in return onto the Coral, but it was Mousesports that follow through, take down a second, and again, come out on top. Extra TP coming in now to this bottom lane as Yapzor is back out there. Skylark still looking around. Again, I believe Burning probably was the last Infused Raindrop. Okay, no, still got 2 charges on the Infused Raindrop.
I think he bought a new one.
I was going to say, I felt like he lost those a long time ago. But definitely worth having. A worthy investment.
I like how he medallions the Legion Commander, and every single time so far he's pressed the attack, the medallion effect off of himself, so it's a cool little interaction. Here we go. Surround the bottom tower. They want to claim their first objective.
Yeah, they've got dual backup. MP, he is under that sentry ward, and he is almost certainly a goner. They'll jump straight in. They'll pop the... Oh, no, actually, okay. Because of the time there, MP's actually not going to get taken down. A good Fisher from Yapzor, holding off the initial go from Mouse. And MP, he's going to be fine. And in fact, Thug has to be potentially a little careful. Kezu's coming as well. Secret now, look for the turnaround. Fisher again. Oh, that's beautiful. It's blocked Thug up, and they'll take him down. Thug's out. Spartan being safe for the time being by Skylark to press the attack, and a Cogs block from MNT will keep back the rest. But yeah, a bit of a fluff up there from Mousesports, trying to go in with a commitment with the channeling of the ultimate. But Yapzor with a carefully placed Fisher, make sure that at the end of the day, they will get something big in return.
Yeah. Great positioning from there by Yapzor, but I think Thug I think that's just greedy, going for the Wreck. Yeah. He could have just given him like a right click or two and then a raise, like and it probably would have been enough to bring him down, but he felt like he might need the ultimate, but yeah, they probably just didn't expect Yapzor to be there. Madara, Yapzor looking for another great Fisher. He's had a couple, he does get the block.
That's a good one, but do they have the damage? And it's unlikely. Madara's got Enrage if he wants. They'll finish off the tower. And Skylark's there as well with backup. At the same time, though, elsewhere, mid one did find the kill onto MNC. We're going to see MP try and chase down Skylark. See if he gets away with this extra bit of play. Does have Yapzor still in the neighborhood. And the Blink Dagger's complete for Madara. Skylark as well, with duel again available. Maybe see if they can find a pick off together.
Spartan bottom. Gotta get two-shotted.
Yapzor's going to get jumped on. The double blink combination comes through. And what happened down there? What happened? Spartan?
He just got a Blink Meld Strike, and he ends up getting the Blinding Light and survives, though, from mid one. But mid one, this Silent Assassin, he just been, during all this kind of chaos that's been happening in the bottom lane, he was just silently farming jungle, farming stacks over and over, and gets a nice early Blink. He's level 13 already. I
mean, look at the gold as well. He is level with this Shadow Fiend. Yeah. Mid one has just caught up phenomenally.
Recovered very well. MNT spotted again.
Mid one wants to go for this and has got very sizable backup. And there we have, straight away. No escape for MNT. Secret making the plays. Yapzor now on the road towards his Blink Dagger. A 6-6. A Secret with some of these fights starting to bring it back. They'll look towards Roshan. And it looks like they are going to commit for this one. Straight into the pit.
They've got Medallion, Bugs.
Yeah, they've got a lot of physical.
Even Rasta Wards too. Yeah, this is going to be easy for Secret.
Can Mousesports contest this? There's some in the neighborhood. It looks like they will check it out, but it's too late. Yeah, the speed that Secret can take that. It means that there's no chance for Mousesports to even get a look in. Mid one now with the Aegis and well on the way to getting the gold for that Desolator, I'd imagine. Yeah, there's the first Mithril Hammer. About 1,200 to go. And Deso Blink Dagger timing couldn't be better for mid one.
They get a grab onto Thug here. Do they have reveal for him? They've got the Hex.
So much change done.
And
As the dust out. And okay, Echo Slam will be thrown. And I'll tell you what, that little bit of damage was necessary there.
Yeah.
It certainly was. So it worked out.
It's the most important hero in the game to kill. I think it's fine to be expending ultimates like that for that. He got clipped like, it probably didn't do a crazy amount. Probably did maybe like 100 or so damage, but that's enough.
It did a little bit, but it felt like if that damage hadn't come through, I think the Weaver's right clicks wouldn't have quite been enough. So.
Yeah, they had like the 160 with the Echo. So yeah, it was like 150, 160 damage. That's fine. Now they get some tower damage on it too. Mid one very close to that Desolator. They're just mirroring the movements of Mouse.
Yeah, Skylark's got a DD, so Mouse can make pretty short work of this tower down hit. But you're right, Secret making the trades. Puppey to head across, will be spotted out. Spartan and MNC are there, and Puppey will be the sacrifice for Secret. Extra bit of damage picked up by the Legion. MP will TP back. And more TPs coming through. Yapzor in the tree line as well, scouting this out. Seeing if he can set something up. We'll get the Fisher onto the Ursa, immediately purged up by the press the attack. Skylark very deep under the tower there, will be chased down by the three of them. Now with a fourth member, as mid one TPs across as well. Mouse have to get themselves the hell out of there. They're going to lose a lot. The blinding light slowing down the damage that they can get onto Spartan, but now it's worn off. Spartan's got no hope. As they lose a second, MP not done yet, looking for the chase down onto MNT. He did have a fair few one charges, and with the cogs out, MNT will get himself back to safety.
That was crazy aggressive by Mouse, diving under their tier 2.
They didn't even finish the tower.
Yeah, playing versus like Abaddon, Weaver, Earthshaker. Like Earthshaker has so many different ways of stopping you, and then they have such hard to kill heroes with what Mouse has. That was a very optimistic play.
That's what going to be the Desolator done for a TA. Dragon Lance complete and on its way out for MP. Mouse, they have certainly got to be a little bit worried now. They had a good lead coming off the back of the lanes, but that has all been closed upon. As we can see on the graph, straight back up for Secret, as they've had the superior mid-game team fights here at the start of it. And top lane, this is almost certainly a dead Thug unless he can get some backup in a good hook shot. That will do it. MNC coming in just in time to block it off, saving his Shadow Fiend, but it will be at the cost of his own life. But Thug saved. MNC did do his job.
Did his job here, but I think throughout the whole scheme of the game, I'm not really feeling the presence too much of this Clockwork.
I mean, early game in the lane, for sure, but then the fact that now the TA's ahead of the SF, you've got to say, well, did it really in the long run do stuff? Yeah,
exactly.
Right. Bottom.
Dueled up. Mid one's there. Skylark just gets brought down.
I mean, always dueling an Abaddon that has the borrowed time available is always a bit of a risky call. And so, yeah, gets turned around straight upon them. Now, what are we seeing on the Yapzor's blink? Is he must be pretty close to it. Yeah, he's very close to it after those last few fights he's been involved in.
They're good on experience, too. All of Secret, everybody's doing really well. Puppey's level 10. Yapzor 9, 15 TA, 14 on MP as well. MP's recovering very well after getting pressured super hard by that aggro dual lane. He's got Dragon Lance almost with the Solar Crest finished.
Yeah, good time in here.
He's feeling good.
And they can take towers like this. We'll see if they can punish, but mid one already just straight in onto MNT. That's going to be the clockwork out of the fight to start with. Thug eyeing up some sort of reinitiation, gets a raise in, and they will get the duel off. So mid one's down, but he has the Aegis ready for round 2. Fisher from Yapzor comes in onto 2. The blinding light, buying some time for Skylark and Spartan to get themselves out of there. But Secret, they're ready to dive. Look at Kezu just heading forward. Mid one jumps in for the double. They've taken down a third. And this game looking to take a very sharp turn for the worse now for Mousesports. Secret getting themselves 3 kills. No punish from Mousesports at all for that sort of play being made at this stage by Secret. And they'll get a tier 2 as well. Solar Crest now complete on MP. And that early game has pretty much all but faded away for Mousesports. Blink Dagger on Yapzor. These next few fights are going to be so hard for them to do. I mean, it was seeing with this Ursa and the SF trying to get involved. But the shake of this game, Yapzor certainly making himself felt.
Yeah, Yapzor's positioning has been great this game. He's gotten some very nice fissure blocks. And ideally, the way Mouse wants to take fight is this Clockwork wants to get on top of the Ross and the Earthshaker, but every single time it's Secret catching one of them out initially, and then they have to fight 4v5 or just man down at some point. So Secret making the quicker and better moves than Mouse so far in this mid-game after the laning phase.
MP is hunting. I mean, look how aggressive Secret are playing here. They're swarming around behind this tier 2 in the middle lane, knowing that with the power that they have now, they can get away with pretty much whatever they want in terms of positioning. Elsewhere, Mouse are just looking to try and find something in return. They don't want to tackle Secret at this stage. So they're looking to push up top. Puppey already out there, hunting to maybe set something up on Madara. If he can get some chain stuns, that will buy time for the rest of TP in. He will get jeweled though. Jumping's there from the Legion, falling down low, but oh, Yapso comes in with a two-man Echo. Fisher set up, and Mousesports paying with a couple of their lives for killing Puppey. Support down, but it cost them 2 cores. Look how much money he's on mid one. He is rolling in it, pretty much buys a straight up Hurricane Pike. He had about 4K in the bank after that one. Just needs the recipe, and he is good to go.
That's the best feeling as like a roster or something. You're just like, come at me, bro. Yeah. Fight me, and then your teammate just comes in and recovers and cleans up 2 cores. Just feels very good. Secret overall have a much better group up lineup now with the items that they're starting to pick up with the Blink Dagger and Earthshaker. Abaddon having that Vlad's. He's actually got Aghanims finished up on him too. So it's gonna be. He's finished it.
Oh boy.
So he's super farmed on Kezu, and this is going to be very difficult for Mouse to really make any plays onto them now.
Yeah, maybe borderline impossible, unfortunately for Mouse. Secret as well, the ones to keep looking to keep the tempo high. Did get spotted out, I believe. Should have been clipped on the edge of that ward, so Mouse will know that this is coming. I mean, at least they should know that this is coming.
Yeah, I think they caught a glimpse of a few heroes getting smoked, so they should know something's up.
Well, they'll hook in. They're trying to fight this. Jump forward from mid one, takes down one. That's going to be extra bit of bonus damage for Puppey. Very glad that the fighting occurred. Puppey with the plus damage, and the damage just doesn't stop it. Mid one, does he want to dive this? I think
he's got Arcane
Rune. He wants to. He really wants to. Straight up to the high ground. Quick mail strikes the old man on his pony. And he is out and down, the horse as well. Dead for good.
Man, they are just getting completely ran at right now.
It's not pretty, this series for Mousesports and Thug. Oh, that dust didn't quite clip it. Very close there. Who threw that out? Yapso, well, he'll be having words. Just out of range there with that dust. Thug will have to change his underwear. And mid lane, the push coming through, and it's a strong one. It really is. The damage, the speed that they could take down these racks. What can Mouse do? They'll throw down an overwhelming odds. 5 seconds and they'll have to keep the light back up to help push these lanes back out, but the melee rack's down, 23 minutes in.
I like how Kezu just, like something that Abaddons do, like a lot of times, and you should watch a lot of what these pro Abaddons do, is he walked up and he didn't just stay hitting the racks. He hit it once to apply the Curse of Avernus and then backs up behind his TA. Walks up, hits it again to reapply it so that the bonus attack speed for them to be able to take it down faster. But yeah, Secret just methodically getting further and further ahead in this game. And Mouse's, the Shadow Blade pickup for Thug, although I do think it was the proper item choice, he just got caught out of position from Yapsor just being in a great spot, and they're unable to really claim any type of aggression from their 2 kind of cores, like the Ursa and the Shadow Fiend aren't really able to get involved because of Secret's read on the game.
At least Thug with the BKB now. That makes an absolute difference against Secret's lineup. You know, as long as he's able to get it out before Yapsa jumps on him, or before Puppey gets the lockdown as well, there is going to be a chance for him to fight back. But of course, still a lot of physical on Secret's lineup.
And they're really durable now with the Abaddon I almost said a god.
I mean, the amount of save that they're going to have, the Abaddon with the Aghanims, and the fact that your Weaver's nearly got an Aghanims as well.
Oh, he's going for Axe too?
He's going for Axe as well. And they've just found Thug.
And
that BKB, not going to be any use when you get insta-stunned like that. Oh, that sound.
That Shadow Fiend death was very sad.
The live audio from Mousesports camp. Very, very sad sounds. Get your Bible thumps and your Fs out, please. But yeah, this series, I mean, it's not... What can Mousesports take away from this? What do you think has been the biggest problem for them in these 2 games? Is it draft issues? Is it...
I think they're just... this game especially, they just didn't really group... They went for like this kind of like solo pickoff with the Shadow Fiend, but they didn't have full rotations in. They didn't have a ward behind the tower either. I know Secret did put down a sentry to preemptively kind of check for that, but it seemed like they were just not really with a full game plan. It was just like, okay, let's just get these items and we're going to go try to kill the safe lane, and our Clockwork's going to kind of just run around. But MNT's not able to really do too much on this Clockwork either. It just, not only does Secret seem more prepared, but it seems like Mouse has like a lack of kind of full direction in what they want to be doing with their draft, with their Ursa, with their Shadow Fiend. Ideally, with an Ursa lineup like this, you want to be able to either claim one of the early towers and then go for a quick Roshan, or claim a quick fight and go for a Roshan, but they weren't even able to just because Secret was in position.
Oh, yeah. Spartan will be kept alive there by the shrines. Mouse, see if they can head forward. The smoke will be popped, so they're looking to try and find some sort of a setup. Maybe if MNT can get some sort of god tier hook shot,
They need some
can
souls.
go for the burst, but yeah. They need something. Blink dagger. Gold's now there for Kezu, so he can always make sure he's in position to come in with the Aghanim save himself. Soak up some of the damage from his team. Roshan back up, something the Secret can take very, very easy at this stage. And Mouse, what can they do? Skylark, Blink, and the Blade Mail at 1k gold. We'll see where he wants to go next with his item build. Mid one just sailing away this game. About a 4.5k lead compared to Thurgon himself. Overall, the team looking to be around the 14k lead mark. 14-13 as such. And into the Roche they go. They'll spot it out, but Secret do not give a damn.
Yeah, Mouse cannot contest this. MNT
They
might just try to go for the steal. Yeah, that's the best he can do.
I love it.
Got
and he's got away with it.
Right.
He has got away with it.
That's like the only thing that they could do there. There's no way they can fight there. So
He goes down, but you deny them the Aegis. It's worth it for a 30-second dead clock. I think you take that. They were going to get it. They were definitely getting the Roshan kill.
Yep.
You managed to take the Aegis away.
Breaking high ground is still difficult in this patch, but they are quite tanky on Secret already, and they even have now a Blink Dagger on the Abaddon, so he's able to just, I mean, he can just blink in, hit, and get in position easier. Yeah, exactly.
As there we go, in with a push, and then we'll have the clock back in 5 seconds. So Mouse do have the full lineup. Let's see what they can do to stop this. Secret up onto the tier 3 on the high ground. Blinding Light to slow them down. Thug coming in trying to lay down the razors, but immediately, the Hex is down to Madara. Will be purged up by the Presley attack. Gets the chance to enrage. MP forced to time-lapse himself. They'll back off. Aghanim's now finished for Spartan, so will certainly be a bit of a help in these defenses.
Unfortunately, it just turned nighttime.
Oh, it did
Literally
actually.
10 seconds ago. So that's unfortunate timing for the Aghanims for the Coddle.
Secret, they're respecting this. As they actually do back away. The bottom lane has been pushed in fairly far. They got a lot of money to spend, so they can head back, kit up, as mid one works his way towards the Bloodthorn.
They have a lot of gold on the Courier as well. They have the full Aghanims for the Weaver, the full Ags for Weaver, and I mean, respect the Coddle, respect the Legion Commander. There's still a lot of wave clear on the side of Mouse to be able to Secret to break the high ground.
Yeah, and Puppy as well, just about a couple of quid away from having his Aghanim Scepter. It's very much going to be there. 21 to wait at this point of the game, and it is not. I mean, actually, probably relatively to Game 1, it's looking a bit better for Mousesports than Game 1 did. I don't think this is as bad. It's still pretty bad.
It's still pretty bad.
But I wouldn't say it's as bad.
Yeah, they could. I mean, the last game they at least had hope for landing big ultis. This one,
That's
it's like
true. They don't really have big.
They don't have that
ultis.
wombo combo kind of concept.
Yeah, okay, it's probably as bad. Thug will pop the BKB to save himself it.
They've got the Ags roster wards now, so maybe they'll just go for the push, try to just force the issue. 20 seconds on that.
There we have it. Let's see how much they can do. As you said, still for Mousesports, hoping that sunrise comes pretty soon.
Puppy's like 5 seconds, and I'm going to do it. 5 seconds.
He's ready to jump in and just drop him. Will be jumped upon here by Madara, who pops the BKB, but they'll actually drop the wards here outside of the base, trying to punch back into the bear. So at the least, Madara's like, well, baited the Serpent wards, guys. They're out and down, so they don't have to worry about those knocking on their racks.
Yeah, that's a nice little play there for him. He had to use his BKB to force it, but
that's worth. I mean, BKB is a lot shorter cooldown than the wards.
Yeah, it's always good to be able to do that. Like, that's a big thing that people always said about versus Rasta. It's like, if he gets on your high ground, he drops the wards, and you don't have great things to kill it, your Rax is pretty much already dead, so it's nice. Just delays it a little bit longer. I
mean, because they do have pretty good high ground effect, very good ways of cleaning out those waves. You know, with the raises, illuminates, the overwhelming odds. So Secret have to jump in and look for kills to really start things off. Or they could do this.
The hit time-lapse.
The hit and time-lapse.
I mean, it's only got a 16-second cooldown, so.
Yep. And no mana cost as well, thanks to the frog. So you can do that for days. And no worrying at all about the well-being of your team mid lane.
I mean, this is just the result of MNT stealing the Aegis. They don't want to force the issue too hard without that Aegis because it's still a little bit scary. You don't ever want to... I mean, pushing high ground, we keep talking about it. It's very difficult in this patch. They might even just split push now. Maybe just go for like 2 different lane pushes. They have like the Abaddon and the Rasta set up in one lane and the Templar Assassin, the Weaver in another one, just forcing the issue. Now they're just cleaning up shrines, getting more and more of an advantage.
Bloodthorn now complete for mid one. 22k net worth on his TA. We expected a strong performance, and we certainly got that from this Templar Assassin.
He always goes godlike.
Yep.
Oh man, they catch Spartan outside the base.
And he pretty much gets one shot there, the Fisher, to finish him off. They'll pick up a second, 2 kills for Secret. Now the Wars this time will manage to be dropped down on the high ground as they start to pummel into the racks with 2 gone. Very little that Mouse could do with the remaining 3 to stop this, as Secret will claim themselves their second set of racks.
Oh, didn't think that they would catch a Coddle outside the base. They're probably pretty happy about that one. Now just going to be able to close the game up quicker. Mid one now, looking for a solo kill onto Madara. Does get punished off.
By the press of the attack. Madara pops the BKB, tries to turn, and with the Enrage, actually bringing mid one down fairly low. In comes Yaps with on the back lines with the Echo Slam into the 2-man Fisher, and that'll be Madara down for good. No buyback on this bear. BKB popped by Thug as he uses the Requiem to try and force them back. There's a buyback as well coming through from Skylark.
Very nice borrow time there coming out from Kazu. Just blinks into the front lines. He's just like, oh, okay, mid one was getting focused on. Yeah, no more, because now I take 50% of the damage. So good usage there by him. Good itemization. Mid one going in.
Yeah, just straight up onto Spartan, bringing him down low. The press the attack in the shrine will save him. Still 30 seconds without the bear.
It is daytime now, though, so Coddle does have that increased vision and the heal coming out from the Ag's Blast. Secret's still showing a bit of respect to that, even though they do have they definitely feel a huge lead coming into this, but...
Yeah, they got the, again, the 1,000 GPM a minute coming around the corner. One more team fight, and then Secret will hit that lead.
Oh, and he got him. 2 hits, and gets time lapse. Spartan's a sad old man right now.
Yeah. It's been a relatively easy series here for Secret, as Mousesports, they just haven't had their day. Thug taken down by the TA, and that's it, yeah.
And they're gonna
GG, they're tap out. They've had enough today against Secret. Good news for Mouse, they're going to have to play again today. They'll be up against Vega Squadron, and we've seen Vega. That is by no means a much easier opponent. It's still going to be a tough series for them coming on for the rest of the day, but as this one ends, again, Secret getting, what, the second 2-0 that we've seen here at DreamLeague, and this one definitely the most convincing kind of 2 games that we've seen.
Nice. I said 2-0. Good stuff.
You said 2-0. Nice. I said 1-1.
Yeah,
At the start of the game, I was like, all right, Mouse, they're winning the lanes.
It did look okay. Their laning phase did look solid. They had an obvious idea that they wanted to go into the game, but then I think afterwards they just didn't really click. Yapsor's positioning, really nice fissures coming out for him, and they just kind of collapsed after that. It was just Secret kind of running at them and making all the plays happen.
Oh, well, there we have it. We'll be able to bring the panel back in, guys and girls. Just not Mousesports' day so far. I mean, Secret certainly having their day. Maybe Mouse can look forward to the Vegas series, but I think it's going to be hard to say that, really.
Yeah, it was a bit of a rough series, I think, as well. I mean, TA just went ham at mid one. What can you do about him?
Godlike.
Oh my goodness!
I think he's always godlike.
Yeah,
he is pretty much. I feel like most of the games he goes at, yeah.
If you look back, there are I think there are 479 players that have over 150 career appearances in Pro Dota 2, and the top 2 in kills per game. Miracle's at 8.5. Mid one is at 8.48.
Yeah, it makes sense.
There's nobody else over 8.2.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of people that said, oh, mid one's coming out of SEA. Like, all those numbers are inflated because of all the craziness in those games. No. This guy's a god.
Prove those haters wrong.
Indeed. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We'll see you back for the second series and in the War Room later as well.
Goodbye.
We're going to talk more about this series right now because mid one was a beast because it did not go well in the laning stage at the start.
No.
Yeah.
We had a very sad MP Weaver.
No.
Oh, just after I talk about overwhelming odds of the intro, he just runs into one and gives up the kill. But yeah, there was a point in that game where it looked like they were going to be able to get a lot out of the Legion, and then there were like 3 or 4 straight duels where he jumps in and just gets annihilated by the TA.
I think that was everybody on that team. Just got annihilated by the TA at some point. I was so hopeful. The early game looked great, but once you get to that point, just the ball. There's literally nothing you can do with that lineup against a TA.
It was also, you know, it weren't big team fights. It were just pickoffs after pickoffs, and you know, the duels were just a little bit sad as well. It was mid one was everywhere, and that was obviously credit to him and his team because the vision was on point, because he could be everywhere. His space was there. He had all the space required to get to the point where he was that beast, and at that point, it's too late.
And it's actually, it goes back to the way that we set up the series, is that had been the Mouse formula to success. If you go back to Boston, if you play that kind of early game, right? If you have that kind of lead coming out of the laning phase, you're knocking on the doorstep of the base, you're knocking on tier 3 towers at 15 minutes, and it's a very different game. That's just much harder to do now, with the Shrines providing a degree of map control and ensuring that you're never going to fully lose control of that own jungle. And so it becomes critical now, especially facing a hero like TA, you've got to invade the other team's jungle at some point. And they tried to do that with that Legion Commander duel onto the Abaddon, but once you do that once or twice and fail, you've given away that early game advantage that you worked so hard to get.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at some of the one of the fights that we had in this game, and see how it panned out. So we're at 22 minutes into the game, and we start off with the hook shot and the duel. So
and this is just, again, it's just TA. This is like the third straight duel where TA is not the primary target, and he's just, mid one is just waiting for the LC to jump in on somebody. This is a Shadow Shaman that just got dueled. You expect him to melt. Instead, goodbye.
And this clockwork was supposed to, what did you do?
Sorry.
This clockwork was supposed to, you know, distract them, and the clockwork was just also not able to do anything. He just got stunned. There was a perfectly on point
hold on.
Fissure.
Just wait for this right here. Get ready. Oh no.
Okay.
Oh my
destruction.
goodness.
One hit to completely murder that man.
It was brutal. It really was.
It really
just
was sad and brutal. It was like watching a child get
Did they
beaten.
do this specifically for you? Did they get the Twitch emotes on the table? Just
hold that, Nahas.
Hold that thought.
I
believe we are talking to Puppy. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Congratulations on your series. You're still the only team that has 2 O's.
Yeah, feels good.
Yeah, it's going great. I'm actually really curious because it seems like all the games, mid one goes beyond godlike every single time. What's it like for him? Like, do you hear him screaming? Is he really loud when he does that, or is it just any day in the life of mid one?
He's not loud. He's more like basically fuck these guys. Like I'm not afraid of him. So basically just keeps jumping in. Can't go overboard, but that you know that's his spirit basically.
Yeah. So he just goes and he never lets go.
Yeah. Nah, he lets go sometimes, but it will take him time to understand it. Maybe too overboard.
Does that make it difficult support for him because you know he goes and you kind of gotta follow him?
No, it's very good to have somebody with like this type of confidence. I would rather have that rather than no confidence.
Yeah, fair enough.
True then. Hey, Puppy, how's it going, buddy?
Hello.
Hello. Hey, I don't have any questions for you because I feel like I ask you too many questions. Everyone asks you too many questions. Tell me something that we ain't never heard before about Team Secret. Give us a secret about Secret, Mr. Puppy.
God damn, it's a secret though.
Well, come on, just one, just a little white lie, maybe. Just give us something. What do you guys eat?
A white lie?
Not a lie. I'm not telling a lie to me. I'm just telling you. Give me a little secret.
It's no real secret besides that. For Estonians who live in Estonia in this city right now, there's guys, 2 Asian guys, somewhere in the midst of them playing Dota.
Oh, okay.
They're kind of famous.
So the
People can
location
search
of
them
the
up,
team
but
house.
don't do that though.
Hey, it's a fairly small country, you know?
It is.
Yeah, no, it's like 100,000 people living here, and like 2 of them are MP in mid one right now.
Damn.
I mean,
like,
all Estonians out there, I mean, go hunt, right?
whoa.
No, don't hunt.
Don't hunt the 2 Asian guy. What's wrong with you?
Hunt them for signatures and pictures, okay?
so
Help us, Nahas.
Puppy, this is Nahas. How you doing, buddy? I wanted to ask you, you guys had obviously had a roster change recently, broke up the support duo that you had with Pile I Die that had been just hugely successful. Yapzor, of course, plays a little bit of a different style. He's more of a 4, more of a playmaking support. How do you see your own role changing with Yapzor on the team?
Well, I think my expertise on knowing how to support is like really good in that sense that I constantly, when I have had my whole life with Kuro, most of the time, I constantly talked about like what we should be doing in that sense and like how we should be supporting. So going into that transition right now, I will be fitting basically what I've been talking about constantly, but it's still taking me a lot of time to not think about my 4th role, which was like running around with Ricky Maros and bounty hunters and tusks and stuff, or tree. Sometimes the tree and protector is kind of like, it's in the middle ground. You can play a 5th position tree. But overall, yeah, it's just gonna take some more time. But I'm feeling really good about the 5th position. Yapzor plays really good and really good 4th position.
Yeah, it seems like it's all fitting really well. Now you had a couple of lost games at the start of the series earlier in this week. Do you intentionally try new stuff out at the start of a series, or is it just as it goes?
Well, I think we're obviously trying new stuff because we have a different player, and I swapped my role kind of. Yeah. So it's kind of natural what we're doing. It's not even like we're trying to try new things. It's just we are a new team now, and we are trying to make everything work.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for taking the time. Sorry, you want to?
I did have one final question.
All right, sorry.
This is a trivia fact. It's a did you know?
Oh my lord.
Okay.
Did you know?
Did you know that Wind Ranger has the 2nd worst win rate in Dota 2 competitive? Did you know?
You've told me.
Okay. Thank you, buddy.
All right. Thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. And tomorrow you'll be playing against Team Liquid, and perhaps till after that series, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But Wind Ranger's all right. Come on.
Well, stats don't lie, puppy. I'm afraid. I mean, 2nd worst.
I know they don't lie, but just wait a while.
I'm sorry for telling him things.
Thank you, puppy.
We'll see more Wind Ranger appear. Can't wait for it to work out. Thank you so much, and have a good evening.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, Naha.
That was Puppy from Team Secret, and they have had an amazing run so far, I would say. They are the only team that actually has 2 O's. We can take a look at the scoreboard, see what that does, because they also are the team that has played the most matches so far, meaning that they now have played 10, I believe.
Their time is running out.
It's got 7-3. This is looking really good for Team Secret.
Hell yeah, this is where you want to be. I think every season we say you want at least 7 wins if you want to have your fate in your own hands or something.
Yeah, so they're going to play 14 games in total.
Oh.
And they're already half wins, so they obviously it's not guaranteed because you need to be in the top half, far in the top half, and you want to be #1,
right?
Preferably. But they're looking good now. They still have to face Virtus Pro and Team Liquid, which we discussed are probably the more tougher opponents of the bunch.
Yeah, but I think if you look back in the last couple of months at the teams that really have risen to prominence, you got to put Secret almost #1 on that list for a team. You know, you look back at Kiev, and the irony is they finished bottom 8 because they got upset by SG. But if you look overall, that Kiev event was, you know, you look at them 2-0ing IG in the group phase. This is a team that is capable of playing elite level Dota. We're talking like I don't think anybody right now has them outside of maybe top 8, top 10 going into TI. And I think that this team is a legitimate threat for TI top 4 for sure.
Yep, I agree. We are gonna.
Oh, I'm so excited.